Hi everybody, and welcome to a beginner's guide into clear coating. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to take you through a beginner's guide into clear coating. So if you've been airbrushing and you've been sourcing other people to clear coat your work, if you stick around I will show you how you can clear coat your own jobs. So I'm going to give you a basic guide into clear coating. I'll take you through the whole process and we'll clear coat the pieces that we airbrushed yesterday. So I've got about 4 or 5 pieces that we're going to clear coat, so I'll run you through a full process on clear coating. I want to take you through the basic bits first, things that you're going to need if you are looking into going into clear coating your own work. The first thing that is on the list would be compressor, guys. You need to get yourself a decent big compressor for when you're clear coating, because these guns use a lot more air pressure than your little airbrush. You'll be looking at 2 bar pressure minimum if you're clear coating. So I recommend a big compressor. The next thing you're going to be looking at is spray guns, and there are so many on the market, and it is just knowing what to get, what gun setup you need for clear coating and things like that. As you can see on this back wall, I've got a few guns here, and I've got a dedicated clear coat gun down here, which I'm going to run through in a minute with you. But the ones on the back wall, we've got the GTI Pro Light, GTI Pro, the FLG, and the Blue Flash Body Shop range Iwata. All these guns on this back wall you could use for clear coat, and you can use these for base coat, and with different needle setups you could use these for primers. So it all goes on your needle setup, the air cap as well. So I will steer you to 2 guns that I'd recommend for starting out, that will get you a great finish, that are user friendly. Their price point is, they're in the £200–250 mark, around there, but these 2 guns that I'll push your way will last you guys through your career and stay with you. They're easy to clean, easy to maintain, and they work, and they get you a cracking finish down. So the first one I'll push towards is the GTI Pro Light. It's been around for ages. It's a DeVille Bliss. So that's the gun, guys. That's the GTI Pro Light. I've owned this gun now for many years, and I've used this in the body shop where I've worked, and I use that for base coating and clear coating. So I've got 2 guns with different setups for base coat and clear coat. This one here is set up for clear coat. So this one's a 1.3, and the air cap on this is the T110 for clear coat. You can get the TE10, which would be for, you can clear coat with it, but that's the one I use in the body shop for base coating. So that's the Pro Light. That's one I would have a look at, guys, if you're looking for a gun. It's well worth a look. The other gun that I use, this is my go-to clear coat gun when I'm in the studio. This is the one I will always use. I don't put any other paint through it, and it's the Iwata W400. So this is the one we're going to use today, guys. So I'll give you a little bit of an in-depth on this one. I've owned this gun now for probably 3 years, and it's a cracking gun. It is easy to use. It puts you a really nice finish down. It just seems effortless in your hand. Dead easy to set up. Once you've got it dialed in, you're away with these. So this is the W400 by Iwata. It's a 1.3 setup. So that's the gun, guys. You've got your pot to the top, so your clearer going there. Trigger. You've got 2 dials on the back. The top one is for your fan, so you can adjust your fan, so you can bring your fan in or take it out like that. So when we're clear coating, I go full fan, so wind that all the way out. The next dial down, this would be your fluid. So when you dial that right in, that stops your trigger, and then when you start to dial it out, that releases the fluid, and you'll get your fluid coming out the front, and you can just dial in on how much fluid you want. But I'll take you through the fluid controls when we come to clear coating. To the bottom of the gun, you would put your air regulator, so you can set your pressure coming in on your main line to your gun. So you'll be setting this at 2 bar like that. And to set your air pressure, you would press your trigger in, keep the trigger pressed in, and then dial this one in so you get the correct pressure coming up the gun. So that's the W400 guys, that's what we're going to be using today. I'll take you through some more bits on what you're going to need if you're going to start clear coating, things that you're going to need to buy. So compressor will be the first one, then you're going to be looking at a gun. So there's a couple of guns that I can point in your direction. I'll put links in the description for all the bits that I'm using today, so you can source and have a look at some bits. So you've got your compressor, you've picked your spray gun that you're going to be clear coating with, and then you're looking at other bits. You're starting to look at clear coats. What else do I need? Do I need to get measuring cups, cleaners, gloves, tack rags, things like that? So I'll just run through some little bits with you right now. So you're going to need an air blower, nice and cheap, tool station, screw fix. You can pick these up for about £5. Grab yourself an air blower, guys. Box of like latex gloves or rubber gloves, whatever you can pick up. So you need them. Tack rags, you can buy these. They're worth getting, so get yourself some tack rags. You're going to need some measuring cups. You can buy the ones with the dials on the side, so you can just pour it in and go to the measurements on the side. I don't buy them, I just buy the cheap plastic throwaway pint cups that you'll pick up from a pound shop or things like that. You get like 20 in a sleeve for £1, and these work great, guys. Solvents don't melt them, so you're good to go. You can mix your clear coat up, drop your measuring stick in, and then you can measure it that way. And then when you've done with your clear, cheap, throw it away. Nice and cheap way of doing it, guys. So I'd recommend them. A measuring stick, you can pick these up. I'll leave all the links in the description, but these are worth getting. You've got your 2-to-1 system that side, and then the opposite side you've got your 4-to-1. So measuring stick. Thinners, you'll need to get yourself some thinners. If you're using 2K clear coats, get yourself some 2K thinners. You can buy slow, medium and fast. I always tend to stick around the medium on thinners because you're only using a dash when you put your clear coat mix together. So I recommend getting a medium. Cleaning products, you're going to need a degreaser, a panel wipe. I've got a solvent one, this is a fast, so we'll be cleaning down your panels with that. So you need to get some of that, guys. And then you'll be looking at clear coats. I've used an array of clear coats, guys, in my time, from MIPA, Chronox 610, and I've just moved on to the multi-mix range because there's been some good reviews on it. So I'm going to give you a little mini review, and that's what we're using today, guys. We're going to be using the multi-mix clear. This is a 2K and it is an MS. So you'll get your 5 litre like that of the clear, and then in the pack you get the 2.5. This is a standard hardener. So that's the one I've been using on my projects recently, and my thoughts on it: I've done a full Vespa with it, I've done other bike parts, and I've clear coated other things along the way, and I think it's a really, really good clear, guys. It's nice and easy to use. You can go 2 wet coats on this. That's how I tend to apply it. Just do 1 full wet coat, another full wet coat, job done, nice and easy. The build on it's nice. The gloss levels are really, really good. If you click onto my Vespa video, you'll see the finished Vespa, and you'll see the finish on that, and I use the multi-mix, and outstanding. So that's the one I'm pushing you towards. It's price pointed, I think, about £66, so it is cracking value for money, guys. If you want to start clear coating your own work at that sort of price for a 7.5 litre kit, you cannot beat it. You really can't. You can start going up the price range. Yes, you can start spending £130, £140, even more. but for what you're getting in that kit and the finishes that you're getting with it, highly recommended, guys. So that's the one we're going to be using today, is the multi-mix. I'll leave the links in the description. So I think I've covered all the parts. Mask, you'll need to get yourself a decent mask. If you are looking into going into the air-fed mask, you can go down that route. But if you're sort of DIY and you're just starting out, get yourself a good quality mask and read the data sheet that comes with it, or ask when you go into the shop on a proper mask that will deal with paint fumes. So I've got that one, and that's got these cartridges on it, and this one's spot on for doing like the vapors with clears and things like that, and paints. So a decent mask. I think I've covered everything. What I'll do is I'll get set up, get the extractor on, and then I'll talk you through this clear coat stage, and then we'll show you the process along. So I'll see you in the next step, guys. Right guys, I'm going to move you on to the first stage. So you've got your panels set up in your booth or in your area where you're going to be spraying and doing your clear coat. So I've got these mounted on stands, so they're all secure on stands. You've got your rubber gloves on, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to clean your panel down and get it ready for clear coat. So we're going to use a piece of paper towel. We've got some panel wipe degreaser, and we're just going to go over the panel like that, and then just give this a good clean down to get rid of any of the fingerprints when you've been working on it. Good wipe round like that, getting all into them edges. So get it a good clean down, and then get your air blower. You're not going to have a 2-bar coming out of this, just enough just to blow over your panel with your tack rag, and then just go round and blow over your panel. And that'll get rid of any little bits of dust that have landed on it. So that's the first process, guys, before you start clear coating, is give your panels a good clean down. Have a good look round them, blow off any bits of dust or any dirt that's landed on it, and then you'll be good to go. So the next stage I'll move on to is mixing the clear coat. Right guys, you've got all your panels cleaned down and you're ready to mix your clear coat. So you've got your measuring cup. If you've got the ones with the dials on the side, just go to the increments that are on the side. But I'm using a measuring stick, so we've got the 2-to-1, that's what this is. So drop your measuring stick in, get your clear coat, and we are going to drop this up to number 2 on the measuring stick. That's your first. So that comes up to the first marker on your measuring stick to the left side. And then you're going to put your hardener in. And this will go up to the next increment on that. With this actual clear, I tend to find you don't really need to drop any thinner in it. You can drop thinner in it if you want. You can put 5% in. I'm going to drop just a dash of thinner just to make it flow out a little bit better. But I have used this without thinner and it works fine, guys. It is fairly warm today. So give that a good mix like that. And that is your clear coat done. Nice and easy, guys. I'll just run through that with you again. So you have gone up to your first increment on there. That would be a clear coat. So you've gone up to number 2, and then you put your hardener up to there, and then that little mark this side, that would be your thinner. You go up to that little increment there on your thinner. So nice and straightforward, nice and easy. So that's that. When you come to putting it in your spray gun, get yourself some strainers like that. They're the 190 micron fine mesh strainers. I'll put the link in the description where you can pick a box of these up, but always strain your paint, because you will find after using your hardeners you tend to get a build up where it just starts to go off around the lid, and if you're tipping this into your mixing cup, any little bits like that or settlement that sits on top of the cans can drop in. You don't realise, you put your clear coat in your spray gun, and as you're spraying, them bits will come through and land in your work, and if you can't nib them out after it's cleared, it's ruined it, guys. So always use a strainer, highly recommended. Just strain it through, and then you know you've not got any bits in your clear coat. Your gun's nice and clean and you're good to go. So I'll see you in the next step. What I'll do is I'll set the camera up, because I'm going to have the extractor on, it's going to be really hard to talk over. So I'm just going to run through, walking round, showing you with the gun without blowing any clear out, and I'll show you your distance and where I'm going to start on the panel. And then I will do a video of me clearing it, and then I'll talk you through on how I did it, and you'll see in the video the process, guys. So I'll see you in the next step. Right guys, we're moving on. Your mixture clear. You've got your clear coat strained and it's in your cup, and we're just saying that we've got the airline on. You've got 2 bar pressure coming out, and you're ready to clear coat your first panel. So the way I would go around this panel is, where you've got these edges at the bottom, I would first go in with the gun and angle your gun as though you're aiming to hit here, and go around the edges at about 5 to 6 inches away from your panel like that, and just go around and get all your bottom edges first. So you're working round in passes like that, going round, and it is similar to an airbrush. When you're using your airbrush and you're going down for air, back for paint, this is press the trigger, and as you pull back you are getting paint. So it's pull full back and you're getting paint out. So you'll set your fluid on this. I would set this to 2 turns out, full fan, 2 bar pressure, and I would go full trigger across like that, and go around as though you're painting a box. So you go past it either side, past it either side like that, and aim to spray from here to here. So trigger on, put your fluid in, take your trigger off. From here, trigger on, trigger off, and make it as though you're painting a box. So you've gone around all the bottom edges, and then same again, keep your spray gun, don't angle it like this, so your fan's going down here or like this. Aim it at the panel, come out about 5 to 6 inches away from the panel, and then you're going to put your fluid on, start, paint in a line, go round, same again round, and follow the panel round. So you're now aiming to go and hit this edge here all the way round, so you're covering all this edge. You will get overspray that comes over, but don't worry about that. You are aiming to gloss this side up round there. Once you've done that and gone round, you're then aiming for the top, and when you come to doing a flat surface, keep your gun, don't have it like this or tilted, because if you have it like this, that spray pattern is going to go over and you're going to miss. You want to keep your gun flat to the panel and work your way across. So you'll be coming on, paint here, paint, paint off, paint on, paint off, and then work your way in lines with a 50% overlap like that going along. So keep your overlap nice and consistent, moving across the panel like that, and work your way across. So you've gone around the bottom edge, then you've gone around this side edge, and then you'll work to the top like that, and then that first coat is complete. So that's what I'll show you in the next step, guys. I'll set the camera up, and then you'll see me work round in that pass with the gun, and then do the top. I'll get the other two pieces done as well, and then I'll talk you through a bit of flash times, and then we'll move on to the second coat. So I'll see you in the next step. Right guys, you've done your first coat of clear, so you should end up with something looking like that, nice and shiny on your first coat, and now you're just giving it a bit of flash time before you put your next coat on. I usually give the multi-mix about 10 minutes, it's quite warm, so I give it about 10 minutes flash time. A good way of checking to see when you're ready for your next coat of clear is if you've got a piece of masking tape that's, say if this panel was sitting flat and you had some masking tape sitting next to it, and a bit of your clear coat that you've sprayed on your panel is on top of that masking tape, just go up to that masking tape and touch it. If it starts to pull when you pull your finger away and it goes all stringy, you know you've got to leave it a little bit longer. What you're waiting for is the masking tape to feel like the sticky side of masking tape. So you touch it and it feels tacky, and then you know you're good to go for the next coat of clear. So we'll give this a little bit longer, and I'll buzz round and show you the second coat of clear coat. Right guys, so that's the end of my beginner's clear coat video. I hope you've enjoyed it and learned something on that little process I took you through. So we use the multi-mix clear, and I would highly recommend it, guys. I'll pan around in a minute and you'll see the finished panels. If you get little bits of dirt that land in your panels as you're looking at it and you're thinking, oh no, I've got some bits in it, I've got a couple of nibs in these, you're gonna get it. We've gone through the cleaning process. I even wet the floor down in here, but you can't stop dust. It's one of the bugbears for painters. But just let your clear coat go off. If you're leaving it overnight, let it go off, and then just go in the next day. Bit of 1500, wet and dry, nib the top off, and then polish. I have got a polishing video and it shows you nibbing and polishing. If you want to move over onto that one, that will show you that process after you've clear coated. So I just want to say a big thanks for watching, big welcome to all the new subscribers, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.